Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, the first episode of 10 years ago in 2011. Now then, tonight we're going to start season 2 of the series off with an absolute flyer, because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about this show here. It must be good, I own it on vid. We're going to talk about Royal Rumble 2001. In my opinion, one of the best shows the WWF ever put on. Literally, this show is very similar to the Royal Rumble 2000. One match lets it down. One match and one match only. The rest of it is pretty much brilliant. So, buy rate for this one, for anyone who cares, was a quite gargantuan 1.35. And let's get on with it. So, in the opening contest, the Dudley Boys defeated the Edge and the Edge and Christian. The Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, the Edge and Christian. The Dudley Boys defeated Edge and Christian in a good match to win the tag team titles. So, let's go on with this one, shall we? So, back and forth action to start. Before Bubba controls Christian, power slam on Edge gets 2 for Devon. Edge controls Devon before locking on a bloody chin lock. There's one thing that's always going to get me fucking vexed, is a chin lock or a sleeper. I understand that matches have to have rest holds. I've been in enough where, I've begged my opponent to put me in a fucking one. Or I've gone, let me just put a sleeper on just so I can have a bit of rest, But, in a match like this, they just bother me. They really do. Edge gets 2 off a neckbreaker. Quick tag between Edge and Christian before Devon slingshots Edge into Christian and gets a 2 hot tag to Bubba, but ref doesn't see it. Concerto misses on Devon and he gets the real, as it is, hot tag to Bubba. Bubba then cleans house, including a Bubba bomb on Christian and the Waz up drop on Edge. The crowd goes absolutely freaking nuts as Devon is told to get the tables. Oh yes. It's like, I've said this before, haven't I, during this series, It's hard to appreciate when you watch the Dudley Boys, but the 3D, not even tagging together anymore. But when you watch one of their matches from recently, shall we say, and you watch one of the matches from this time period, and you're just like, you can't believe just how over the Dudley Boys were. They really were. Christian stops him from getting the tables. Edge tries to use a belt but gets rolled up for 2. An Edge spear stops the 3D and a DDT by Christian on Devon gets 2. Edge and Christian try a Waz up drop of their own, but Bubba blocks it and a 3D gets the win at 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Absolutely zero psychology in this one, and what I mean by that is that on SmackDown, through a couple of days before, when was SmackDown? SmackDown was on the Thursday. Now, on SmackDown, we'd seen in a pre-match skit, or the build-up package to this one, showed that the heels, Edge and Christian, had attacked the Dudley Boys with chairs. So you'd think they'd play up to something like that, and they just didn't. Very slow at the start, but apart from that, this was a good opener. I've given this one 2.5 stars. Good opening contest, in my opinion. Next, we get skits involving Drew Carey, and there's a lot of them throughout this evening. Stephanie McMahon basically encourages Drew Carey to hit on Trish Stratus. We then see the APA do one of theirs, where they basically show each other their numbers, and Crash Holly comes in and makes himself look like a complete tit by saying that he's going to chuck out both members of the APA. Yay. Lovely. Anyway, next, one of the best matches I've ever seen. Oh yes, as Chris Jericho defeated Chris Benoit in an absolute classic ladder match to win the Intercontinental Championship. Now, recently, I've got a bit of heat, have I not, for the rating that I gave the Sheamus versus John Morris match from TLC. I gave that one a 3. I said that was a 3-star match. This one is a 5-star match. If you watch this match and then go and watch that match and listen to what I've got to say here, I'm hoping you'll understand why I only gave that one 3. And certainly, I gave that one 3, well, it doesn't deserve 3. In my opinion, it's a 2.5-star match. I just thought I'd give it an extra bump up, So, Jericho controls at the start. Benoit tries to put on a crossface, so Jericho reverses it into a Walls of Jericho attempt. Benoit works the shoulder with a shoulder breaker and he blocks a dropkick attempt and whips Jericho into the ring post on the outside. Psychology, working over the shoulder, love it. Benoit gets a ladder, then whips Jericho into the ring steps. He tries to climb the ladder, but Y2J stops him. He rams the ladder into Benoit's face, then his chest, sets up a ladder in the corner and tries to whip Benoit into it, but instead it's reversed and Jericho eats ladder and how in one of those ooh moments. But then there's another ooh moment because basically Jericho's on the outside, yeah. Benoit bounces off the ropes, comes charging, does a suicide dive while he's in midair, having gone through the rope. Jericho calmly whacks him in the face with a chair in one of those sort of moments. That's just horrible. It's just like oh sort of thing. It's like oh, Benoit's lost a couple of his teeth. Oh, Benoit's got a broken jaw. Benoit's got a broken nose. Something like that. You're just like god damn. That's such a good spot. Anyway, Jericho uses the ladder as a weapon but misses. Chair shot by Benoit, who then gets a ladder and sets it up in the corner. They take turns using it, including Jericho crotching Benoit with it, but there's no blade job, unfortunately. That's irritating, isn't it? Then using it to back suplex. Fucking like he uses the ladder and Benoit to back suplex. Oh, it's just a ridiculous little moment. Really, really crazy. Oh, you see, I've lost my place now. Back suplex by Benoit. He sets up the ladder in the corner and tries to whip Jericho into it, but it's reversed, so Benoit is rammed, yes, face first into the ladder for the win. You know, yeah. Well, not for the win, but, you know, FTW sort of thing. Jericho climbs the ladder, but Benoit back suplexes him off it. Out of the ring! No need for that at all. In fact, on my note, it says out. It says out of the ring in capital letters. Now, you obviously can't see my notes, but I always point out, you know, if something is absolutely epic, it gets put in capitals. That, incidentally, is the third thing on this match that's in capital letters. Just need to point that out. Benoit climbs the ladder, but Jericho puts the walls on top of the ladder. Oh, I'm sure you will remember this one, yeah? Benoit climbs up, ends up getting pushed backwards, so he's backwards over the ladder. Jericho's got him in the walls of Jericho. One of the great spots, yeah, one of the best ladder spots you'll ever see. You know, something that Sheamus and Morrison was really lacking. You know, spots like this that make you go, Jesus Christ! You know? Jericho goes for the belt but gets crotched on the ropes. Jericho hits a forearm off the ladder, but Benoit counters it into a crossface. It's beautiful and it's great psychology. Remember, Benoit was working over the shoulder. Awesome. Benoit rams the shoulder into the ring post. More psychology. Yeah, you can't climb a ladder if you fucking got a destroyed arm, can you? They climb the ladder. Jericho attempts a suplex, but is countered, so Benoit hits a diving headbutt off the top just because he can. Jericho then puts the ladder on top of Benoit and starts climbing up. Benoit then pushes the ladder over, yeah? Jericho bounces face first off the turnbuckle in another one of those damn moments. Benoit climbs, but Jericho gets a chair and, well, let's be honest, he batters him. He batters Benoit. Something fierce, leaving Jericho to get the belt. It's perfect psychology, and it really was. I haven't mentioned a lot of the psychology, but there was so much of it in the match. Great spots equals a 5-star ladder match, and that is the big difference between that match and what I see as an average ladder match. Sheamus, John Morrison. Go watch it again. You won't give it 4 stars. I guarantee it. Go and watch these 2 matches back to back. So then Vince McMahon finds Drew Carey flirting with Trish Stratus, who is, of course, his woman. You can't have that. So he enters him into the Royal Rumble. Yay! And then Billy Gunn tries to stop Chyna facing Ivory. Oh, and Jericho cuts a promo with Cole, which is nice. In the worst match of the night, and it's the only bad match on this card, Ivory defeats Chyna in a crap match to retain the Women's Championship. Basically, I'm sure you all remember this one, Chyna owns, and then goes to a handspring elbow and injures her neck. And that's the match. Yay. You. And then, what makes this one worse for me, it's not just the fact that it's a meh match, it's the fact that the commentators sell it like she's seriously injured, when she's not. It's like, I understand the commentators getting all like concerned in that, but they should only do that if a guy's legitimately seriously injured. Because at the end of the day, it makes you wonder, like, so if someone is seriously injured, say for example someone is seriously injured in the ring, yeah, we've been so conditioned by these commentators to go all sombre and severe and serious. When a fake injury's happened, why should I give a fuck if wrestler X is lying in the ring with a broken leg? It's like, yeah, but he's not actually injured, is he? And then the other night later, oh, it actually is. It's like, oh gosh, Anyway, bear with me a second. I'm going to have a mouthful of milk because my throat is starting to feel a little bit dry. Bear with me. Bear with. That's very cold milk. I'm sure some ice in that. Next, Kurt Angle defeats Triple H in a superb match to retain the WWF Championship. Now, these two fought Unforgiven, as I've said. Match wasn't as good as it could have been. This is the match that match should have been. Okay? Funny, because they talked to a load of fans before this one, like out in the road or something, and well, they couldn't have picked any more markish fans to talk to. These fans are convinced that it's real, I'm sure of it, and they keep asking the fan who's going to win this match, and some of the responses are just superb. The other thing that's funny about this one is that most of the build-up for this one revolves around Stephanie and Trish, because not only was Trish Stratus banging Vince, oh no, she was also Angle's manager. So of course the women were involved in this one year, hell what, to the point, like I say, to the point where most of the build-up package for this match centres on them. Angle's title reign at this point, as I've said in the past, was a complete joke. It was every match that he went into, you just like, yeah, he's going to lose it this time. He's going to lose it this time. He was becoming, I've said this before privately, but I can't remember if I said it. I've just bit my tongue. Oh! Oh god, that really hurt, and it's made me lose my fucking train of thought. I've said it before, I can't remember if I've said it on vid. If I have, I apologise. But yeah, Angle was becoming the 90s version of the Honky Tonk Man, or the 2000s version of the Honky Tonk Man. Cheap wins, non-title jobs, and lots of them, etc, etc. So, shall we get on with this one, because we've got a lot to go through. So, nice wrestling sequence to start with, each man working the arm. Angle gets a backdrop suplex and works the arm. He hits 3 vertical suplexes for 2. They brawl on the outside, then back inside. Triple H puts on an Indian deathlock and works the knee. And you're just like, what have you done with Triple H? Triple H doesn't do moves like that, and he sure as fuck doesn't do psychology. What's going on here? Anyway, Angle comes back with an enziguri for 2. Triple H works the knees and tries to do something with the ring post, but fails. Second time it works, then he uses a chair on the knees. I don't know why that isn't disqualification. Is this a no DQ match? I can't remember. Anyway, inside, Triple H chops the knee and continues to work the leg. And I'm sat there dribbling at this point going, oh my god. This is what I wish all professional wrestling was. Decent psychology. Pick a body part, work it the entire match. It's not difficult. Another Indian deathlock by Triple H, but the problem, is that the crowd just don't care. One of the problems with pro wrestling like I like, old school, decent, slow pace psychology, all that, most people have been conditioned to be spot, finish. So you try and do an old school match like this, and most people don't give a shit, and that's the problem. Anyway, so Triple H continues to work the left knee with a figure 4, complete with classic heel style holding the ropes. Love it, no problem with that whatsoever. And then, Trish and Steph have a cat fight, and that one little thing gets the biggest pop of the night so far. And you're like, oh, that's annoying. Vince comes out and tries to stop them, but literally, I've got this one in capitals. No one cares about the match. Only thing we care about is that Trish, Stratus, Vince, and Steph are all having this big brawl. That's the only thing that matters. Vince then carries Trish off, and they brawl up the ramp. They go backstage, and back to the match, yay! Inside Query gets 2 for Angle, DDT gets 2 for Angle, Daz does a bridging, and it's quite beautiful at that German suplex. Angle gets a leg sweep and goes up top. Low blow and a Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge gets 2 for Triple H. Where the fuck did he get that from? Angle goes up top. I promise this is what happened. Angle goes up top, so Triple H picks him up and Razor's Edge him for 2. And you're like, where did that come from? Why don't you do moves like that, Triple H? God damn it, makes me irritated. Pedigree is countered into the arm-breaking moonsault of doom. But he gets 2. Ref gets bumped. Hunter goes up top again, but gets arm dragged off the top. You see psychology working the arm, love it. Angle pulls the ref up, goes to the cover, but the referee gets bumped again. Triple H gets the belt, but Angle gets a belly to belly. Pedigree, no referee. Austin runs out. Stone Cold Steve Austin, that is. Obviously, I don't know why I just said that. Austin runs in, he batters Triple H, including a belt shot which busts Hunter open. Hunter had gone this whole match without blading. Can you believe it? I can't. Hunter puts the ref in the... Austin puts the ref in the ring and stunners Hunter. Angle covers for the win. So, great match. Not so keen on the ending, you know? Not really so keen at all. But it's one of those tough ones because it makes sense as to, you know, going into No Way Out next month. You got Austin versus Triple H, you know, rah. So, but yeah, the psychology in this one is off the fucking page. You're like, wow. And of course, excuse me, like I said a moment ago, this one wipes the floor with their Unforgiven match. Like, this, if their Unforgiven match had been this, even with the screwjob finish, I don't think anyone would mind it. But, you know, oh, brilliant. Anyway, so one more match to go. But before that, Rock cuts one of his legendary promos. Literally, there is no one in wrestling before or since who can cut a promo like that guy. Is there really? Oh, sorry, rating. I gave that one 4.25. Probably give it 4.5. Yeah, if you give it 4.5, it wouldn't bother me at all. Hell, if you wanted to go the whole hog and give it 5 stars, I'd probably be a bit, what with that finish? You know, but all I can say, the psychology, brilliant, love it. So, the main event, obviously, is the Royal Rumble, and we all know who won. That was Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the 3.5 star Rumble match. Shall we go through it? I've got, 2 whole pages of notes. I apologise if I speak fast, but obviously, yeah, we should probably drink milk. In fact, don't just drink milk, drink Cravendale. It is dope. Right, so, big deep breath. This one's going to be big. Jeff Hardy is number 1. Bull Buchanan is number 2. Nothing of note happens at all while those going at it. Matt Hardy is 3. The Hardy Boys eliminate Bull Buchanan very quickly. Matt hits a back suplex on Jeff. Farouk is number 4. Jeff botches the poetry in motion. Farouk misses the Dominator. Twist of Fate, Swanton Bomb combo, and then Farouk is eliminated. Hardy Boys take their tops off, which I've never understood why the girls go, ah! But they do, which is nice. Jeff hits a whisper in the wind. Drew Carey is number 5. The Hardy Boys ignore him, and then they ignore him, and then proceed to eliminate each other in one of those why sort of moves. You know, it's just like that. I've actually put in capitals idiots with an exclamation mark next to that. Kane is number 6, and Drew Carey absolutely shits himself. One of the great moments in Royal Rumble history. He tries to bribe his way out and then cowers until Raven comes out. He's number 7. Drew eliminates himself, basically, which is nice. Kane absolutely kills Raven until Raven is able to get some weapon shots in. Al Snow is number 8, but he is out early, so the referees won't let him in. Weapon shots by Snow when he's eventually, as soon as the buzzer goes, he's allowed in. You know, it's one of those stupid things, really. He uses a bowling ball on the balls of Raven. Raven is sat in the corner. Al Snow, bowling ball, rolls, bam, into the bollocks. That's a spot I'd love to do on Danny Ace. Wouldn't that be epic? If me and Danny Ace ever have another match, which we probably will, that's what I'm going to keep in the back of my mind. Get a bowling ball, set him up in a corner with his legs open, and roll said bowling ball into his testicles. Think of the things he's done to me, if you're wondering, like, oh, come on, that's cool. He put a cheese grater on my testicles, got a guitar and bashed the cheese grater into my balls with the guitar. I think a bowling ball to the testes would be quite sufficient revenge, don't you? So, weapon shots are plenty as Saturn is number 9, so it's 3-on-1 essentially. It's Saturn and Raven and Al Snow taking on Kane. Raven puts a sleeper on Kane to utter silence. That's the important part about this match, and this time there is no reaction. Since Drew Carey had been eliminated, since Kane came out, nothing. Oh yeah, sorry, I was right. The first time was since Drew Carey eliminated himself, there's been no reaction. The crowd has just completely died, which is nice. Steve Blackman is number 10, Grandmaster Sexy. He is 11. Kane whacks him so hard with a foil tray that he's eliminated in a spot that I actually quite love. Probably the best Grandmaster Sexy thing I've ever seen, to be honest. Kane then dumps, well, let's be honest, everyone. Every single person who's in the ring is eliminated by Kane. And guess who's number 12? Oh yes, it's your favourite and mine. It's the Honky Tonk Man. Yay! Honky Tonk says that he wants to sing his song. In fact, he says everyone wants to see me sing my song. He starts singing his song. Kane, in one of those absolute classic moments, stops him, turns him round, bam, hits him with the guitar, eliminates him. And then the way that Kane just sits and shakes his head as he kicks away the guitar, it's just great. Absolutely superb. My boy, The Rock, is number 13. He lays the smackdown but can't get out Kane. Godfather is number 14. He doesn't last very, very long at all, to be honest. Kane beats on Rock with a side slam. Taz is number 15, and, well, he lasts, 10 seconds, if that? Might even be less than that. Rock and Kane go at it. No reaction. None. Nothing. Bradshaw is 16. He clotheslines Rock, which is, lovely. I've got, right, on my notes it says, he clotheslines Rock, which is lovely, and I put, in brackets, sigh. I don't know what that means. Why did I put that? Albert is 17, Hardcore Holly is 18. Rock teases eliminating Kane, but doesn't happen. K-Quick is 19, and the match seriously slows down. Why? One of the big problems with the Royal Rumble, too many people in the ring at once. I've always said this before. You don't want too many people in there, or it feels like it's dragging, feels like it's nothing special. Personally, it feels just like it's a battle royale, doesn't it, honestly? Val Venis is 20 and William Regal is 21. There's, like I said, no one's been eliminated, so the ring's getting way too full now. Rock spinebusters Val. Test is 22, he eliminates Regal, so wow, someone's gone. Big Show is 23. He's a surprise because he hasn't been seen in the WWF for fucking ages. He eliminates Test and K-Quick. Choke slams for Albert, Bradshaw, Val, Holly, and one for Kane. Oh, yes. Rock counters his and eliminates him like the jobber that he is. It says on my notes. You got it right. I've got to say this now. I'm not going to deny this. I watched this show in October when I was on my mission to watch all the WWF shows in a row. And I actually recorded a review of this. And then for some reason that review's vanished. No, one day it might surface on my computer. Yeah, but I love things like that. I love like Rock counters the chokeslam and eliminates Big Show like the jobber that he is. Fucking superb. Crash Holly's, I actually laughed at one of my own jokes. How sad. Crash Holly's 24 as it just keeps dragging. As show drag. It says show drags, and I was like, what? As Big Show drags Rock out under the ropes and chokeslams him through the announce table. Everyone goes after Kane, they can't get him out. Taker is number 25, he eliminates Bradshaw, Val, and Hardcore Holly, while Kane eliminates Crash and Albert, leaving the brothers on their own in the ring. And who's number 26? It's Scotty Too Hotty, and the look on his face as he absolutely bricks himself when he comes out is fucking priceless. Rock struggles up. Austin is 27, but he gets jumped by Triple H on the way to the ring. As Rock gets owned by Taker and Kane, Triple H and Stone Cold brawl on the ramp, which busts Austin open. In the process, Billy Gunn is 28. DDT by Taker on Rock is nice. Meng, or Haku, however you want to look at him, is number 29. That's another surprise in this Rumble. Still don't have it in Royal Rumbles anymore. We always know. This is the problem with Royal Rumbles today, isn't it? We know every single person who's going to be in there. They've got 2 open slots, and it's never someone good when they have the open slot. They should leave like 10 slots open. That way 5 can be like, oh yeah, it's just that guy. But then they can bring superstars and legends in for one night only, and people would like that. Why are we buying the Rumble, isn't it? I'm buying the Rumble this year. I've already talked to my mates, like, come on, we always buy the Rumble, let's buy the Rumble. And we've all agreed, like, yeah, this time we're going to get the Rumble. Even if it's wank, it's the Rumble. We'd appreciate shit like that. He batters Taker and Kane, briefly, it must be added. And then, of course, number 30 is Rikishi. He doesn't get to the ring as Austin finally gets there and batters Rikishi. Austin eliminates Haku. Kishi eliminates Taker. He then tries to eliminate Rock but gets dumped out. Famouser for Austin. Rock eliminates Gunn. DDT for Kane by The Rock, who gets on with who goes at it with Austin. And yes, as you can probably imagine, as the crowd go mental as Rock and Austin go at it, and you just like, yeah, make it the WrestleMania match. Just make it the match at WrestleMania now. Just like, fuck No Way Out. Just fuck every bit of TV program in between. Just make it the match now. Rock, Austin. That's just how it is. Rock Bottom is blocked, stunner, and a Thez press for Kane. Rock tosses Kane through the ropes. Then hammers on Austin. Kane eliminates Rock, so it's Austin and Kane. Chokeslam, and he gets a chair. Stunner and a bunch of chair shots get the win for Austin at 61 minutes and 38 seconds. What can we say about that one? Well, I mean, the thing is, the bits in it that are good are really, really good, but there are some seriously slow points in this match. At 2 points, the ring has just got too many people in, and you just don't care. So that's why I've given it 3.5 stars. It's a good match though, it's thoroughly entertaining. For the second year in a row, the Royal Rumble is let down, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, is let down by one thing and one thing only, just like Last year, in 2000, it's the women's match. Yeah, last year we had the women's bikini contest, something bullshit like that, and we saw titties and we didn't like it at all. This time it's Ivory vs Chyna. If you took that off, you would probably have a perfect pay-per-view here. Which is good. So yeah, 9 out of 10 from yours truly. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Series 2, Episode 1. But it's still going to be the same, it's going to continue the episode number, it's just easier, isn't it? So yeah, this has been 10 years ago, Royal Rumble 2001. I'd love to know what you thought of the Royal Rumble 2001 down here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. What I'm going to do next for you, in this series, I'm going to do Guilty as Charged from ECW. I've been Mark P, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.